I have constant struggles with certain things, and like, fortunately, you know, this has so many subjects, and a lot of those subjects, you know, that I struggle with sometimes. So when I'm struggling with that subject, you know, I definitely just open it up, and like verse by verse, it just helps me out, because like I don't look for it in the Bible per se, just because I would say that I'm lazy, but this definitely helps me out, and I can go to that book that, you know, it referenced to and just start reading more on that. So it definitely helps you out. It makes it a lot easier, and just, it really helps you.
Last May, my sister passed away after a 5-year battle with brain cancer. And it was a super tough year. And after that, you face all the first anniversaries of when you lose a loved one. And I could feel the lies, like I've talked about, the fight over, I felt like it was a fight over my faith. A lie of God doesn't heal. And then the Life Discipler would go off, and I'd pick it up and I'd talk about how God loves you and God's comfort and how He pulls you to Himself. And then I'd put the Life Discipler was huge, because I had a very, very huge need that day, and every single time it just kept firing truth into my heart. And it saved me that day. That actually, now that day of the past year is almost one of my favorite days, because God's truth just infiltrated it.
When Tony first began to talk about developing the Life Discipler, I couldn't imagine that it wasn't already on the market somewhere. It just seemed like the natural thing for a Christian to carry around in his pocket for encouragement. And have encouraged our people to pick them up and to use them, and they have done just that. To the end that they have been a wonderful source of encouragement and inspiration, comfort, and growth to all of these people. But it hasn't just been something that has been good for them, it's been good for me as well. I have one, and I carry it in my pocket a good part of the time, in my car always. Got it on I believe, the 30-minute timer, and every 30 minutes it beeps, and I have a word of encouragement from the Lord when I look at it. I am beginning to use it now for some additional memorization work in my own life. So I'd encourage anybody who has an interest in growing personally, spiritually, to look at purchasing the Life Discipler. It is an excellent discipleship tool.
Yes, when we first got it, I was going through a trauma in my life that I wasn't ready to deal with. And so I didn't put it on a certain thing. I said, well, let's just see what happens. And God spoke to me, and I wasn't ready to hear it. I mean, He was like basically telling me that I need to deal with this. And I was like, wow. When He spoke to me through that, and He gave me that verse, it really woke me up. And I was like, okay, God, I hear you now. And it's amazing.
It's harder for me to really have a Bible, especially coming from somebody that is newly saved, newly baptized, new to church, having not read the Bible as a child, so everything's new. And you know, being new, where do I go in the Bible to find this? I don't have a clue without asking pastor or Sunday school teacher or somebody that I know. The Life Discipler has made it so much easier for me, because I can go. My dad even mentioned last week that in the past 3 months, he's noticed such a change in me that he's extremely proud of the man that I'm becoming, more than the man that I was.